Behind the Counter is sponsored by
Win Connections, October 29th to November 1st at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. Save $100 by using promo code TECH100 when registering. For more information, go to winconnections.com. Hover.com, domain names made simple. Go to gfq.hover.com and get 10% off your entire purchase. And by Stitcher Radio. Listen on the go via the Stitcher mobile app. For more information, go to stitcher.com/GFQ.
All right, for the past year, we've been dominating the comic book airwaves. You know who you're watching. This isn't the Big Bang Theory. This ain't comic book men. We're the real men of comic books. That's Jonathan Adler.
Hey.
And I'm Rich Stambolian. Welcome to the 1-year anniversary of the show that you can't wait to watch every Thursday, Behind the Counter. What's up?
What's up, buddy?
What's up, John?
What's going on? Can you see properly?
I can see just fine.
Little thing, he lost his sight over the last couple of days, so it's a whole new personality.
I got Cassidy eyes.
The Corinthian.
Holding the half a pound of plastic gold around my shoulder.
It looks heavy. That's how strong Rich Stambolian is.
The tag team champions of comic books.
Do we have video?
Do we have any? Is it going on right now? All right. I'm staring at a GFQ logo on the internet. All right. Anyway,
welcome, Rich Stambolian.
Welcome, Jonathan Adler. This guy's a badass.
This guy's mean this year. I was the mean one all year long. Now you're going to be the mean one for the next year.
The tables have turned. They're getting mean on it. The more I go to the gym, the meaner I get.
Me too.
You know what I read the other day?
What's that?
That your first instinct when you get angry is completely wrong to like just kind of like stomp around and like throw stuff and hit stuff.
That's your first instinct?
Generally. Like when you get like really heated, you know, and you got to calm down. Best thing you can do, hill sprints.
What's a hill sprint?
Like sprint up a hill.
Really?
Like 5 or 6 times.
What, because you exhaust yourself?
Yeah, and you just like you get all the energy out in a positive way.
I just masturbate really furiously. Like very angry.
Don't get John mad.
He's gonna eat a sandwich afterwards.
This guy, he'll do a whack fest on you.
No, I usually just want to choke somebody.
Yeah.
Immediately, I just want to choke somebody. I don't want to hit somebody. I just want to like do that.
Oh yeah. Can't choke a legend.
Choke a legend?
You can't choke a legend.
I'm gonna choke somebody at that gym eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a Comic-Con too.
At Comic-Con, definitely be choking somebody.
We'll be at Comic-Con.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah. Anybody in the New York tri-state, greater United States, world area, coming to the New York show, you'll see us there. We're gonna have our makeup booth set up.
Yep. Spidey faces and blackface all day long.
And by the way, you look very good tonight.
You look better.
Thank you. I don't. This jacket's coming off in about 3 minutes. I'm wearing a ton of layers in this hot studio.
Why so many layers?
I don't know.
Are you doing like the urban thing and wearing sweat absorber underneath?
No, I have a t-shirt underneath, and then like I put this over it to see if it would fit with the t-shirt on, and it's very loose, so you know it's good. Yeah, so calm. We all wearing suits because it's a special day. It's
a very, very special day. Mm-hmm. I'm not wearing a suit. I almost came in jeans or shorts. Mm-hmm. The exact opposite, because you were doing a halfie. I was going to do a halfie also.
For those watching, I'm actually just wearing cargo shorts.
Like a true metalhead.
The other half. Got to stay metal, brah. So, been a year, man.
It's been a long year.
Yeah.
It's been a very long year.
Couple of bumps here and there, but we made it.
We made it.
I still say we are the best comic book show on the web.
That's without a doubt.
Yeah.
Have you seen the other shows?
No. I've heard them.
I've heard about them.
They don't have video.
That's true. They don't have video. A lot of the bigger ones out there's actually one that's pretty high profile out there, and I don't like it. I'm not gonna name names.
Okay.
But it is really tough to watch. It's because it's really uncomfortable, and I do like they're also retailers.
Okay.
And they're not enjoyable at all.
They're like the retailers.
Yeah, they're like, not good. not an enjoyable experience. I feel like we bring a regular personality to this. I think the other guys just like shouting at people and showing how much hot dogs they have in their diet,
which is a lot. A whole lot.
There's a lot of like sodium buildup in the face.
It's like those two guys that the legend employed in The Boys. Like just those two like big, unkempt, comic book guys. But you know what? Like not a knock on everybody else, but we do have the pleasure of video, so you don't have you can't leave our voices to the imagination. Even though I do think we both have extraordinary voices. A lot of these other people, I'm just like,
I think you have an extraordinary voice.
No,
you definitely have a very good. I can listen to you put me to sleep. Like you can read to me. You can read like a Hoover manual to me, and I can like definitely drift off a bit. Me, I'm a stuttering. I have that wet mouth.
Okay, all right. She's got those big, beautiful lips.
Yes, they are very kissable.
That the ladies love. Near Comic-Con.
Coming at you.
We'll be interviewing the babes of Comic-Con next week.
It's mostly going to be talking to women. I think it's going to be a lot of just making women feel uncomfortable about the costumes that they chose.
Yeah, last year was the cosplayers. This year it's going to be the babes.
The babes.
Babes.
And, if you guys have any great ideas for things to ask, any bits, there it goes. If you have any ideas or questions you want us to ask, people you want us to annoy or ridicule or manipulate, we're up for ideas. Manipulate.
Are you gonna manipulate people at the Comic-Con?
Yeah, well, I am actually a trained hypnotist, so if you want me to put something in the subconscious, I will do it. I will do it at your behest.
I'm a trained hypnotist. I'm bringing in my own PA just to freestyle rap on all the chicks we talked to.
I want you to bring me those little tiny mini amps in your guitar and just bust out of nowhere.
Awesome solos at
and then just put it away and like, where'd that come from?
You know what? I'm pretty sure you can't bring like a wired guitar into the Comic-Con.
I don't think so.
Colin wants to know if you guys could cosplay as me at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I'm not thin enough, and you have a lot more hair than I do. I'm not doing that goatee ever again. The brown ring.
Yeah. It's like he just kisses a paint bucket. Wow.
Like, let me get a medium cup.
I'm done.
Put some chocolate sprinkles on the side.
I'm done. Maybe we can wear wax lips next week at the Comic-Con. He's talking about Andrew Zarian.
Yeah.
We can do Andrew Dice Play cosplay.
Hey, is that Andrew?
The other Andrew.
I could do a Kevin Nash all day.
Yeah.
I could do that. I could do the mental
so
part
could he.
of it. I know. I could do the mental part of it. I bet he was very happy that you brought a championship belt today.
Who, Andrew?
Yeah.
Nah, he was a little upset when I got here.
Why?
Yeah. About stuff. So he didn't care.
He's got the FOTS.
I didn't get the normal wrestling Andrew reactions that I normally would have gotten.
I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress.
I know you are.
We
okay.
all?
It's all right. Well, you have us to entertain you for the next 40 minutes until the real fun begins.
If I was coming with cosplay as a guy in a suit with a venti ice Starbucks. Listen, it's not. It is a venti. It's slightly iced, and maybe it's from Starbucks.
It's definitely from Starbucks. That's the only coffee place we have around here. And Dunkin'. I know you ain't getting no Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
It's awful.
Oh.
Yeah.
I actually got Dunkin' Donuts.
It's like sludge.
Yeah, I got Dunkin' Donuts coffee the other day because I was going in for donuts, and it was awful.
Was it?
Yeah, it was just like, I know a lot of people go there and it's like, yo, the coffee's great. I mean, they're making coffee forever. It's really just watered down garbage.
It's just sugar.
It's not even enough sugar. I take a lot of sugar in my stuff.
They don't put, for me, first of all, it's like thick. The coffee's super thick. I imagine it's just like this thick goo that comes out and they just pound sugar in it.
I think it's like a small cube of sugar.
Yeah. And it just
they melt it down. They melt it down real quick. Ugh. Starbucks juice syrup. Good. I want more syrup in my diet.
All the sugar. High fructose, low fructose.
I want more fructose. I want more corn in my diet.
All of it.
Whatever you got for me.
We'll have a sweet eating competition at the comic books next week. At the comic book show next week. At the comic books.
You can actually.
You think they'll have tiramisu there?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure it's someplace they'll have tiramisu.
Well, I am officially New York Press, so we can get into all the press events now, and also the sacred press room, which is the saddest place on earth.
Yeah, it's angry too. It's very
angry. It's a bunch of people going like this. Why is the Wi-Fi not working? Why is the Wi-Fi not working?
You know what? Like I feel like every time we go to Javits Center, they give the press the Wi-Fi password, but they don't give them the good one because there's two. There's two signals in the Javits Center.
That's right.
You know, there's like the floor Wi-Fi, and then it's like the special Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's for like the company and like the people who run it, like Redex.
No, that's shit too. Trust
It
me.
is. Yeah, you should know.
It's as bad. Sometimes the floor Wi-Fi is better. I don't know why people complain. Like I would be more surprised if it was working.
Yeah, I mean, you also have thousands of people there.
Yeah,
all
on
with
their phones.
smartphones.
Yeah, everybody's on their phone.
Uploading everything known to man.
We had a T3 line
Really?
when we were broadcasting from there.
Did it work well?
It worked awful. It was dedicated too.
Great.
And then the union came and wanted $2,000 from us.
Well, I had no problem uploading pictures last year.
Nah.
That was easy peasy.
Yeah, it was good. But it's the thing that frustrates me the most is if you're going with a lot of people, you'll never know where anybody is until you kind of like happen upon them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like if you're outside and I'm inside and I'm calling you, I'm like, I do 2 tours, and then you're like, I'm standing by the bathroom, and that's it. Yeah.
I would never stand in the bathroom.
Could you get me free shit from there?
Yeah.
Like, give me like a bunch of stuff this year.
I don't know.
Anything. I just want junk.
All right, I'll give you junk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want everything.
You'll get flyers. You'll get tons of
I'll take the flyers, but I also want good stuff in the mix.
Well, the good stuff is you have to pay for. That stuff
What do you
is
mean?
Like, you have to wait. Like all the good stuff is like, you know, busts and figures and comics that you have to wait.
No,
online
but like they give
hours.
away stuff.
Flyers and bags.
Okay, bags. They don't give you like comic books. They don't give away.
Oh
comic
yeah,
books.
you'll get tons of promotional comic books.
Yeah, that's what I want.
You'll get garbage.
That's what I want.
It's all garbage. It's
like the auto show. I come back with like 40 pamphlets for like Volvo.
Yeah, you'll get. I'm looking forward to that Macho Man guy showing up again, promoting his podcast.
Yeah. Can I just go home and bring you a garbage bag full of paper? It's the same thing. It's like and you know what I threw out that I had at some convention that I got like years ago. Some guy was giving out like foam tentacle arms that you just like stick your hands in.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't get this.
And you know what? It was in Chicago, and
no wonder.
I like stuffed it in my bag and I took it on the flight home with me. And then I found him like a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, why did I bring these home? Why did I stick them in my closet for 3 years? No.
I don't know. I always wonder like why I'm carrying around this stuff with me.
Yeah.
Like because I feel bad about denying somebody that's doing like getting paid to like hand away crap.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I'm like going to like somewhere and someone's handing me like a religious flyer, I still take it, or I do like the long walk around them.
Yeah.
Because I'm a social retard, so like I'll walk around them. But like I end up walking away with like a ton of like anime and like manga crap and like the absolute bottom level of comic books that I would never read.
Yeah, you're not an anime or manga guy.
No.
At all.
But just like in general, like most of the stuff that's being promoted, that's being given away free, I have no interest in whatsoever.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't have pink hair.
No.
No, most of the stuff I think is geared for people with pink hair who are showing their bellies.
And people who troll 4chan all day.
Oh yeah.
And
Homestruck. You know about Homestruck?
Nah, I'm done.
You know about Homestruck? You're like you're in the other.
No.
You know about like pandas in World of Warcraft?
Yeah. I know.
Well, Homestruck is like this incredibly popular. They were there last year. It's been around for a couple years now. It's an online webcomic that's about like the end of the world's going on. It's a bunch of people playing an online game, and they're getting attacked by people called trolls, who is like who are like from another game.
Okay.
And it's the most popular friggin' thing in the world.
Really?
There was a ton of cosplay for it last year. I had no idea what they were.
For real?
Yeah. You'll see a lot of like gothy looking people with like white makeup and like horoscope symbols like Sagittarius and Capricorn on their chest and everything, and like sunglasses, and they look very sad. That's gonna be Homestruck. There's like a big movement right now to make this into like a regular, like an animated movie.
Wow.
Homestruck becomes the 3rd highest funded game on Kickstarter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your pick for #1 costume at Comic-Con this year?
Disappointment.
Okay. Always a good one. Disappointment for the guy who's wearing the costume is disappointment, or disappointment and you're sad that he couldn't pull it off?
No, disappointment in the sense of their own personal it's not the costume. It's the malaise that they carry within themselves.
That's why you get upset at the con, because you go real deep into it.
I go into the psyche. I'm basically, I think that's what I'm gonna come as. I'm gonna come as Comic Book Con Freud and basically just analyze the people like why did your father hit you? Is that why you're wearing this black cat costume? costume.
Why don't you put the Hulk in your butt? And I feel like you look directly into people's eyes too much at the Comic-Con.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's a big mistake of mine.
And you get like really upset. But the comic folk are awesome. But I would say Bane. Bane is gonna be the #1 costume.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think there's gonna be a lot of Bane. It's so easy to pull off.
Mm.
I think there's gonna be a lot of Watchmen stuff again. I don't know why. I think I just feel like I'm gonna run into a ton of Rorschach.
We got to make a checklist in the coming week of who to take pictures with, like
a scavenger hunt.
or like Comic-Con bingo. We can make like bingo boxes with like different squares of like who I want fat Scarlet Witch. And no, I'm sorry, no, my bad. I want fat Black Widow.
You'll get. All right, so all the movie Avengers you're gonna get.
Yeah,
without a doubt. Like definitely gonna get that stuff.
Rogues Gallery will also get Batman's Rogues Gallery.
They get a ton of Heath Ledger Jokers. They never leave.
Mm-hmm. A lot of Captain Jacks.
Yeah. Who? There's always Captain Jack. Who hasn't? That's so sad. My favorites last year were like, I love like the Plastic Man.
Oh, I was just about to say that.
Which made me feel so uncomfortable. It was such a great costume.
2 guys.
Yeah, and they both look great.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Phantom of the Paradise, which I'm the only guy in the world who knows this character, but he looks amazing.
Do tell.
He looks like he has like a who them bird people, the Japanese bird people, got the Go Team or whatever.
G-Force.
G-Force, yeah.
Go Team.
Go Team. They have he has like a Falcon mask type of thing, and he's like it came out before Star Wars, so a lot of people think that he was the inspiration for Darth Vader.
Okay.
He had like the voice box and everything. He looks awesome. There was one guy I'm like, holy crap, Phantom of the Paradise.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And actually, my first Comic-Con that I ever went to in Philly, there was a girl who was wearing a Phantom of the Paradise T-shirt, and I was shocked. This was like kind of like the advent of the internet.
Okay.
So like, you didn't have people who are like, swarm around like a weird culty thing. And I made the mistake of pointing it out, and then I just chewed my ear off about Phantom of the Paradise.
I didn't want to have this
I
conversation.
said cool, and then I was leaving it at that, but no.
No. I hope.
Let me eat something in front of you.
I hope a awkwardly cute girl asks us if we want black metal books to take home again.
Oh, that'd be great. You want these books? We do want these books.
Yeah, we'll take them.
We'll take whatever you got.
I'm looking forward to it as I am every year.
And I'm not.
I know. Thursday. Like we were.
Thursday is brutal.
Thursday's brutal because it's the opening day, and also last year Thursday when we went, immediately costumes.
Oh, right away.
Yeah.
Make it to the door.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take a different approach this year.
Yeah.
I would love to try and get into some, actual
panels
and stuff like that, and because there's that weirdo metal thing that you want to go to.
I don't know, man. I was thinking about that on the drive home today. I'm like, you know what? Like
that thing looks awful.
I'm not gonna waste. I want to meet the dude.
I know.
Because I'm a fan. But I was driving on the way home today, and I'm like, before the show, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna schlep into the city just for this.
Exactly.
And then come home. And like that, there's the disappointment. Don't look into my eyes that night. you'll see the 1,000-yard stare of meeting John Shaver from Iced Earth, and just like spending like 6 hours going and coming.
I can't believe someone made that movie.
Yeah,
I can't believe a group of people made that movie.
Well, there's like I feel like that's a weird subgenre of comic books, like the metal-based comics that just never work, like. All the Danzig stuff that came out.
Oh God, that's right.
Yeah, like this John Schaefer thing from Iced Earth.
Danzig's gonna be there?
No, I wish.
I wish too.
The Coheed and Cambria comic book.
Oh boy,
which is like
how bad was that?
It was really bad, and it was very popular too.
And people loved it.
Extremely popular.
Every day we had someone coming in the store and asking for the Coheed and Cambria.
Why?
I don't know.
And
people love it.
Yeah, people love that the band, which they're good. But the comic book left a lot to be desired because all their albums are like the one story of this dude. And I will throw this into that hat also, the Scotty and Lobo. I was not a big fan of.
Yeah, I will second that big time.
Yeah.
I had no expectations for that.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, like all like the metal, and I'm a huge metal fan, just like the metal, when you mix it for some reason, it just doesn't work. Except for oddly enough, the Metalocalypse comic isn't that bad.
Well, of course not. I mean, that's you have actually decent writers behind it. You don't have a guy who's like plugged into an amp all day, blowing his brains out with sound.
Everything's about demons.
Yeah,
everything's about demons.
We're cyborgs.
My one Comic-Con memory that will stick out into my head is I remember years ago, I was approached by one of the creators of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, like years and years ago, to buy the book, and I was just like, no way,
what,
bro.
Like to fund it or just to buy a copy?
No,
of the
like
book?
to buy like years. This is maybe like I would say like 4 or 5 years ago before it got like picked up or like optioned. And I remember just like walking through there with Vicky and possibly you, and it was like in that weird indie area, which is on the other side of the Javits, where it's like all the guys promoting like their really terrible kung fu comics, and you know,
a lot of those,
like their fake Dragon Ball comics, and like the guy who looks like Wolverine but he's not, you know, like an Asian and black Wolverine.
Yeah.
And I remember just like vividly, this guy was like, "Hey, check it out, it's Abraham Lincoln, and he's a vampire hunter," and I was like, "No thanks, dude. It'll never take off."
Sure enough.
Made a giant movie about it. It happens.
But, you know, certain ideas like that do take off without there even being any type of, you know.
Yeah.
You know, Men in Black was a comic book before it came out that nobody read.
Yeah.
One dude read it.
Was it based on the same exact premise, or?
No. It was guys in suits that fight aliens. That was it. That's as far as it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had that little pen thing they used to wipe people's brains out.
Yeah, which exists.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called an iPhone 5. I'm trying to go in with a clear head.
Mm.
I'm trying to be very light about it.
Okay.
I just think that last year was really grueling. I can't do the hours that you do.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so much. And then, like, you try and go to the center of it. Like, because we spend a lot of time in, like, the retail part of it.
Yeah.
And, like, also, Ars Alley is always strangely empty for the most part and very easy to maneuver. But once you start going to, like, the Marvel area, it's just, like, bodies. It's like trying to get to go off of Ellis Island. You know? It's like, what you here for? Why you have potatoes on you? You can't bring potatoes in here.
Who's on the helicarrier?
Yeah, like,
I think I see somebody.
yeah, God forbid somebody's on the helicarrier. It's like Captain America's there, and like just people lose their crap.
Yeah.
And I mean, last year I remember I went there, and it's one of the times when like I just got sick of like walking around. And I broke off from you guys. I went to the helicarrier, and there were like 3 or 4 girls who were arguably underage. I tried to take a picture of them. I asked them, like, I don't do like the like ooh,
yeah,
you know. So I asked them to like take a picture. And they're like Rogue and like Ms. Marvel or anything, and they were so disgusted by me.
Really?
Yeah.
They probably had to deal with it all day. They didn't give you a chance.
So I got butt shots of them afterwards. As they walked away.
Yeah. They made the mistake of not looking into your eyes.
Don't look. You have to look into my eyes,
which is, you know, the opposite of what you do. You look into the eyes, and you see the degeneracy.
You know what? I don't think many people look into the eyes. I think there's because of the weird social miscreants that are there.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of just like looking at the bridge of my nose or at my chest. You know, like,
you are the Comic-Con Sigmund Freud.
I analyze everything that's going on there. I look at the sad artist alley people. You know, I read them really easy. I scan them.
Yeah, I
Scared me.
It's
I got a PhD in looking at people's failures and disappointments.
This is you could probably do that, like, legitimately.
Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should be like a weird mentalist that goes there. It's like you probably lost your virginity a couple days ago, and you have been working on this costume for 13 years.
This is how you celebrate.
This is how you celebrate.
Yeah.
This is what you do on your day off.
I think you should go for it.
You have 13 cats.
15, you're wrong. I think you should go for it, and I think, but you know what? Do you know where that leads? That leads to you writing a book called "Seduction of the Innocent." Yeah.
This is awful.
And just like, why is he wearing shorts? Why is the Robin wearing shorts?
What?
Why is Wonder Woman in bondage?
Yeah, I know it's gonna go too far.
Yeah.
But I want to. I mean, like I remember last year when we were interviewing the Captain Americas. And, like, I made the mistake of trying to make a joke about it and how cold that dude turned to me.
Oh,
like, he was going to cold cock me in the mouth.
Yeah.
And, like, whenever I try to make a joke with them, they got real serious. Like, I was really putting them down. I kind of was, but I'm going to try. But do a different approach this year.
But, you know what? Like, I feel like that's the thing where, you know, like you were saying before, where, you know, I guess, you know, for the most part, we're normal guys. But we also like to bust chops.
Yeah.
And I think that's in my experience, my personal experience, that's where I always get heat from people who don't understand that I'm breaking your balls.
Yeah.
You know?
what normal human beings do to each other.
Yeah.
That care for each other.
Right, exactly. And, you were definitely, like, busting chops a little bit. Not too much. But,
no, I was really easy on it. I could do a lot worse.
Yeah. And, it wasn't Freddie at Ralphie's party, but,
oh, boy.
it was like a couple of jabs here and there, and they both just turned.
She broke up with him?
Really?
Yeah.
Because of that? Wow.
Maybe.
Oh, well. I'll write him my letter of resignation.
I'm gonna give him my therapist number. What was I gonna say? I think a lot of the people that come there are really coming with a. They think it's gonna be a safe place. I think there's a quiet union between everyone. Is that this is a place that you're not supposed to be judged at,
absolutely.
no matter what it is and everything like that. But sorry, I'm gonna be judging.
John is judgment at the Comic-Con.
I am Judge Dredd.
I
am the law.
That's the thing. Like, which I always find like it's to me it's interesting because like you're the you're the avatar of judgment at the Comic-Con, and I'm the opposite. I'm like the embracer.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the line is very much like he is the big and cuddly guy, and I'm the guy just like squinting my eyes at you. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
I'm like, oh, you worked so hard on that costume. You look great, bro. And you're like, you're wearing a cardboard box.
What's wrong with you? What happened to you as a child?
I want to know.
But I appreciate all of this. Like, I do appreciate the pageantry, and I appreciate like the work and like the setting you're creating. Because like, listen, there was a point when you can go to a Comic-Con and seeing costume was rare.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And or seeing a good there's a lot of great costumes out there that people put in. Like, I don't know where all these people learn to become like seamstresses.
Yeah. And
like crafters, but they are amazing. And like, we had a point where we get like a weird black guy in a Green Lantern costume, and that was it. And you went on your day.
That's it.
But now you get like amazing, like you have that gigantic cyborg dude that's everywhere. That guy in the mech.
Yeah, with like the stilts and like the whole. He looks very tired at the end of the day.
Exhausted. He walks from San Diego to New York.
Time. I also like I find it crazy the fact that a lot of these people, again, like God bless their souls, like when we talk to them, or if you talk to any of them and they have a beautiful costume, they actually appear at other things. They'll say like, this costume is 10 years old, it was here, and here, and I go here with this costume and I do this and I do that.
Yeah,
which is cool, but like
every year they got something new.
I feel like it's better for somebody to do that instead of writing dark suicidal poetry in their bedroom.
Oh, it's much healthier.
It's a lot healthier to make a Booster Gold costume than writing death metal songs about how much you want to kill your parents' faces
or cutting your body.
Yeah, or anything worse than that.
Cut into the fabric instead.
Exactly.
And create something.
Comic book Sigmund Freud. Cut into the fabric, not the body. I think
that's why most of them have long sleeves going on with them, is because there's really deep emotional and physical scars on them.
Are you gonna ask people to lift their sleeves up?
Good idea.
Let me see the track marks.
You shave your legs today.
I want to see. I want you to creepily say, "I want to see."
I'm gonna add.
I like to touch.
All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the dudes feel really uncomfortable. I'm gonna make the women feel even more uncomfortable. I ask them to slow dance.
Melt them. I want you to melt all the ladies. We're gonna get clips of you slow dancing with a lot of chicks.
I have a song ready for it too. Yeah,
like that. You're gonna hum.
I got the Stitcher speaker.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We can rock it out.
Thanks, Blog World. The one great thing that came out of Blog World.
We're gonna have
besides being a Blog World.
we're gonna have at least 4 to 5 hours of footage of this thing.
Oh my god,
we're gonna come hard. We're gonna come really hard.
We had a lot last year. We had like close to 2.5 hours last year.
Did we have that much? Yeah, we shot a lot of crap.
And I condensed it to 15-20 minutes.
Yeah. Know what it was? I think that, the interviews we did were very like, because we talked to a lot of DC people and they couldn't talk about anything.
Yeah.
Like, what's this? The guy that did Men of War?
What?
The guy.
Oh, Ivan Brandon.
Yeah. So I looked at the guests this year, and the dude's still credited as Men of War this year. Yeah. And that dude was the most miserable person we spoke to.
We'll do a follow-up this year. They'll probably remember us.
How you doing?
I remember you guys.
Let me ask you where you live again.
You caused. True. I totally forgot about that. I totally cut that part of the interview. He was like, and it wasn't even out of
Like I'm stalking you or anything like that.
Yeah, he was just like, oh, you're
I
local.
wanted him to say that you live in Brooklyn.
Yeah, no. He was like, I live around, and you were just like, are you local or what? He's like, yeah, I'm a local guy, blah blah. It's great, all my friends come and stay with me.
Too.
Yeah, we're local too. Like where he's like, they come and they stay with me, and he was just skirting it so bad, which is understandable.
Yeah,
but at the same time, you got to know better, man. We're not gonna come to your house.
But at the same time, because you were skirting the topic, I was going deep.
Come on, man, tell me where you live.
Tell me where you live, you fucker.
I know you're writing something good. No, not like Misery. Break ankles.
Very sad.
Yeah.
I want to talk to people who have left DC too. Like, that'd be great if we can get some biting news bites about their misery. I want the misery. I just want all the misery.
Yeah. But I mean, like
all my Garbanzonia.
We could ask. We can be like, listen, how far does that non-disclosure agreement extend? Is that a lifetime thing?
Lifetime.
Or is that,
I guarantee you it's lifetime.
It's like we can't talk. Like Mr. DC is gonna show up.
Well, it's like PayPal just put this new thing in like the user agreement. You can't ever sue them.
Okay.
You can't ever be part of a suit against them. It's like you have to press the yes.
Wow.
So I think DC is like that. Like you can never do anything bad to us. Ever. Sign your name away. You'll never work in this town again.
Dominic Comicowitz will come after you. That's DC.
Yo, Dominic Comicowitz.
Oh, man.
So yeah, we're gonna have a good old time.
Yeah. You want to talk some comics?
Do we have to?
Do we have? We don't have any news, right? Besides Multiversity, which is completely awesome.
Yeah.
You wanna take that?
Yeah, why not? We have there's a comic book coming out. Back in the day when 52 rolled around, the old 52,
the weekly
from DC, when they had Greg Rucka and Mark Waid and Grant Morrison and Jeff Johns creating this really great, story that involved a lot of like second tier characters that don't exist anymore. After it was done, they established there's 52 worlds. So ever since then, Grant Morrison's been supposed to be doing this storyline that was going to address almost all those worlds. Every issue was going to be a 12-issue run.
30 issues each. 30 pages each.
30 pages each. 12 issues focusing on 12 different worlds. The major one that he sold it on was the fact that he was actually going to do with the Charleston characters, Question and Peacemaker. Blue Beetle, Captain Atom, replacing the Watchmen characters who they're based on, and do a whole issue with them. So Morrison Con just wrapped up last week, which I still find incredible. There's a Morrison Con, and it sounded amazing. They had incredible guests. But a lot of stapling of the body and stuff like that. A lot of pain stuff.
Was there hangy, the hangy people?
Yeah, there's Jason Aaron was crazy about this. All he was talking about was stapling stuff and chewing glass, whatever, dude. So,
was Steve-O there?
It sounds like it. So. They made the announcement that this thing's actually going to be coming out soon. They showed the Frank Quitely pages, and it looks incredible. Yeah. He's doing the Watchmen-esque story. A lot of cool stuff with it. It's kind of it's basically his, FU to Alan Moore. It's the long-standing feud, and it's a real ode to it. There's going to be a Shazam story about the Shazam world. There's a Nazi Superman world.
I'm pretty excited about that one.
That sounds awesome. Yeah.
There's the
Angela likes that.
the Earth Prime one which is our Earth with no heroes, and how
it would work if they start emerging.
Yeah, and
real life heroes with
he incorporating the technology that we have now and all that stuff. I really liked the interview he did, because he's saying I've been working on this for years, and he's usually I don't work on stuff.
I thought it wasn't gonna come out.
Yeah, it's 2013 is release date, and he said he was I usually just do. Whatever's on the top of my head, I will write it, And he was because of working in Hollywood, I'm actually going back and rewriting this because Hollywood wants you to perfect your scripts, and I'm perfecting this and perfecting this and perfecting this and making it, this whole cohesive thing. I also kind of feel that this might be the answer for the 52 Saw 3 launch again.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It'll be very metatextual.
Yeah, and I think that obviously the universes that he's going to go to, something's going to happen because they trusted him enough with Final Crisis. And honestly, I dug it, you dug it. Not many people dug it. It was very criticized by by almost everybody who I think has read it that I know, and on the boards and even retailers, they were just like, I don't understand this. I don't know what he's doing with this.
'Cause you're idiots.
And Multiversity is going to be the complete opposite. I think he's just going to like do something completely incredible that maybe would wipe the slate clean. I'm hoping.
I hope so.
Right? Because look at you're one of your main guys is Blue Beetle.
Mhm.
You have the Return of the Question. He's doing like another Shazam.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's not even what else, like the tip of the iceberg.
No, I think there's a lot of surprises he's not even talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm psyched for this. I mean, I really thought this was never going to come to fruition.
Yeah.
Especially when he said he was leaving DC. Did you read that Action Comics that came out this week?
I liked it.
Made me cry.
Yeah. It was really,
Dog
really
stuff.
good.
It's all about dogs.
It
What
was,
thought?
but you know what? What happened with pre-relaunch crypto?
What do you mean?
I feel like something happened to him. Like,
Well, in the first issue, pre-relaunch,
yeah.
he was all right. He was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, he was fine. But they never really explained that weird horned dog that they found in the corpse of in the first couple of issues.
Yeah.
But they always had that white dog ghost that you fall with. Like that backup story just killed me, and when he was trapped, he's putting his paw. Oh man,
it was really
murders
cool.
me.
It was also really cool that he included the fact that yes, there is a Phantom Zone in this universe, and also that Zod, Ursa, and Non are there, but they also look like the Richard Donner ones, the Richard Donner versions of
the
those
black
characters,
with the lower lighting and everything like that,
and the goggles too. I really like that nice touch because it's you hear Ursa say I'm Ursa, like the war woman or whatever, and Non saying something, and then all you see is like Neil, and you're like, come on,
there's little nod,
it's
little
Zod.
nods to it, of course. This will never work on.
What was the I forgot what Green Lantern also came out this week, which was
good.
No, what do you think about that? I know it wasn't on the list of stuff.
I liked it. I liked the the characterization of him. The fact that he's a Muslim is really making the story like it's very tinged in that whole you're a terrorist type of thing.
Yeah.
But I like it. The Third Army people are starting to grow on me a bit. Just what I expected.
Okay.
What I expected.
Love
the art.
Yeah, the art's fantastic. It's Reyes, right? Or was it Monk? It was Monk on this one, right?
Monk.
The one thing I don't like about that costume is that
costume.
they basically gave him the typical terrorist ski mask.
That's true.
I
need a mask.
And also at the end of the issue, I feel like I wouldn't have gone the route of having Superman say you're in big trouble, like Justice League trouble.
Booyah!
Yeah.
Hey-o! Yeah, I mean,
have the Flash say something like that.
I don't think he's on the team anymore.
Is
he in that page? I think the Justice League is Superman, Aquaman, or Wonder Woman,
and
Cyborg.
Batman was there. Cyborg. No, I think Flash was on the page. Yeah. But it was a really good issue. What else? What do you want to talk about first?
Talk about the big one.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Avengers vs. X-Men.
Yeah.
I thought you meant boys because that was pretty big too.
It was.
Which
Boys.
in my head to me is it was bigger than Avengers vs. X-Men just because of the content, the subject matter.
Yeah.
Avengers vs. X-Men wrapped up this week with
not the Image.
It's number 12.
Is that the Image?
No, we're doing Avengers vs. X-Men.
We're doing
You
Avengers
said
vs.
boys.
I love that cover.
Andrew did a very good impression of that.
Avengers vs. X-Men number 12 wrapped up this week.
Finally.
And I feel like it came in with a bang and went out with a bit of a whimper.
You know what? This was the most uneven thing I've read in a long time. And so fittingly, it had multiple artists and multiple writers.
Yeah.
I think the core concept was amazing. I think we both said that this issue, everything that we expected happened. It just kind of landed so softly.
Yeah.
No death. They took out Professor X, but this was a character who was off the table for the last 2 to 3 years anyway. So, you reintroduce him into the world to murder him. So
yeah,
I think that's kind of a cop out. There's also the emergence of New Mutants on this. The Scarlet Witch stuff was kind of cool. The art was wonderful. But it was just kind of
a little mediocre,
going through the motions.
Yeah,
it was it just felt like, all right, we're done. We were done 3 issues ago.
Yeah. I feel like they could have wrapped it up in 8.
Yeah.
6. It was
5.
1.
The first issue was awesome. But
yeah.
The Captain America Cyclops fight, that was really cool. Them getting the Phoenix power was really cool.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of Tony Stark trying to figure out stuff and Wolverine doing a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
It was just yeah.
You know what it is, like with the major crossovers in recent years for both companies, like you always get that like underlying theme that's like, oh, this is what it represents, this is what it's about. Like Fear itself had that too,
Yeah.
This one I feel like it was lacking that kind of like metatextual thing with, like, especially with the characters. Like it was very straightforward, and you saw the end game coming a mile away because of the new books that are being solicited,
Yeah.
I feel like they should have had
That's a good point.
yeah, like I feel like they should have had more of an impactful ending, because like you said, it played out exactly middle of the road. You didn't really get much. You didn't really get the Dark Phoenix that you wanted to see. You knew Cyclops was going to get taken down. There was the Jean moment, and then that's it. And then Cyclops gets imprisoned, and then they're like, "We're going to start a new team that's a little uncanny."
That was ridiculous. That was just as bad as the Robin line in Batman.
Okay. We should use a real name.
So forced. I mean, like you brought up a good point. How they kind of showed their hand already with what's coming next, and that's the thing I'm most excited for.
Yeah.
I think all the new books sound amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm anticipating that more, and that's very rare, especially when you have this much of a shakeup in the universe in terms of creative teams and just buildups of what you do into plot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really looking forward to that stuff. But nothing surprised me. I mean, I kind of like where they're going with Cyclops, how he's now kind of like the new Magneto.
Yeah.
As I was saying before, I don't understand how Magneto is just walking around with a cloak and no one knows. No one's allowed to walk around in a cloak anymore.
No.
It's not New Orleans.
It was a hoodie. Like the one thing you got out of his Cyclops is off the deep end, and obviously he's going to come back at some point in the future. I think
he's going to show up right away in Uncanny.
Yeah.
I think the Uncanny Avengers is going to have him play into a big factor.
Okay.
Right away.
For a force of good or a force of it's like Magneto. He's going to like in like the Magneto role.
Yeah. I think he's going to be the misunderstood leader of the rebellion.
Yeah.
Because as we were saying before, what was the high point of this storyline? The Uncanny stuff.
Yeah.
Like this week's Uncanny wrapped up that. It was Kieran Gillen's, I think, next to last issue of the book. And it was basically just Beast and Cyclops just, talking about what happened.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful Dale Eaglesham art, which we love.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a lot of reflection. I love the repetition of I'm fighting a man with claws.
Yeah. It kind of hammers it home that, like, he's been doing nothing but, like, ever since Wolverine was introduced, he's been fighting with him the entire time.
And I love the last shot of him, like, because the fact that he's sorry, but he doesn't regret, starting all of this stuff. And the fact that mutants are now, not an extinct race anymore, and him just like opening up the tent curtains with his handcuffs on, just doing the X symbol. And I'm like, yeah, Cyclops, this is what I want out of you.
It also made him look like a total psycho. And he's because, like, his best friend arguably was the one who was like anti-Cyclops, and he's like, he had to be the one to break the news to him to say, like, listen, you're going away for a very long time.
Beast hates his guts.
Yeah,
and no one knows how to draw him.
And it's true. And he was the guy who was just like, look, you did this, this, and this. Like, I don't get it, but I know you get it, and you think you're in the right. And,
I am the right.
And be slipped by saying, like, and like the new, like, there's new mutants and everything's like fixed and whatever. And he's like, wait, there's mutants now? I did it. Yeah. I did it. Yeah. And he did like a big X at the issue.
I'm ready to rock.
But it was such a great.
DX, baby.
It was such a great add-on to the last issue that I feel like I would have been a little disappointed if it didn't happen.
I did also like AVX, the supplement book. Did you read that?
No, I didn't.
What a crazy! They have Jim Mahfood.
Really?
Thing in it. They have a 1-page. It's crazy. It's like a jam book.
Okay.
It's not following the formula of what they did before,
and
it's just a lot of crazy stuff. They have like a 1-page science battle of like Hank Pym and Dr. Nemesis and a bunch of guys fighting each other and just talking like science nonsense. Really good.
See, like I skipped out on the last couple of issues because it was all like the same. Like I'm fighting you, I hate you. Like round 2, let's go. Like, it was the best written battle book.
Oh yeah,
to come out by far. I feel like again, going back to the talk of them, kind of like the end game was in sight for everybody, and it just seemed like the idea of that team, like the Uncanny Avengers, was there from the start.
Oh hell
and then they're like, let's kind of go backwards and write the story that leads up to it. I feel like they should have taken a page out of the Fear Itself campaign and have the Blackout characters.
Yeah.
Where like you didn't know who was who until the last.
I think that would be a good idea.
But you wouldn't sell books that way. Because that book is coming out soon.
coming out next week.
Yeah.
Next week it's out.
It's soon.
Yeah.
And you have to get your orders in and all that stuff. And it sucks. Like with we used to talk about this a lot when we started the show about like spoilers and things like that. I feel like this book was a little spoiled,
Spoilery.
like in like quickly to begin with.
Oh yeah.
I
mean, you knew it was coming. Like from day one, like they established in the first issue, you know exactly where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought for a second the X-Men were going to come out ahead on this thing.
No.
They definitely didn't come out ahead in this storyline.
Yeah, but I also like. How do you feel about the Phoenix Force being completely dissipated?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
When does it ever? I mean, they've done that 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It has to come back.
Well, like but like I feel like they're not going to touch it for a very, very long time.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, because it does rear its head. I think the Nova thing felt really forced.
Yes.
I'm not crazy about this new Latino Nova guy, who's on the Ultimate Spidey cartoon, which is very good.
They're making all the heroes Latinos.
They are. But I just think that
I'm not saying that in a bad way.
No,
by the way,
he is Latino. I just don't. I don't know. Like getting rid of anything like the Phoenix Force, it's always in a rear head.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that Marvel is really exerting such self-control that did not bring Jean Grey back in the storyline.
Yeah,
the ghost of Jean Grey and like the haunting of her and everything. But I'm so surprised that's not like she's not back yet.
Which is cool because that
I'm
makes
very
her,
happy
like,
about that.
That makes her kind of like almost like the new Bucky. Where like they're not really touching her.
Until she comes back a cyborg eye.
Yep. Yeah. 2 cyborg legs.
I thought Hope was going to bite in this issue.
Me too.
Because I was reading the issue and I'm like, oh man, like Cable's coming back, and like with his new X-Force book, and I'm like, it would be the opportune time to like murder Hope and have a new thing. But I do like the idea of like Hope and Scarlet Witch kind of working together. But I haven't seen Hope in any of the solicits for anything.
No.
So I think it's time for her to like
fade away.
Where's her crew is not even around anymore either.
No. She's gonna stay in Kunlun, the lost city.
Isn't that weird? I think that's the weirdest part of the whole thing is how important Iron Fist was.
Yeah,
but he didn't do anything.
Yeah, he didn't do.
It was just like a lot of like spiritual mumbo jumbo and like the fact that they trained the Phoenix. There was a lot of like Iron Fist is really important. He's gonna train Hope in 10 days.
Oh yeah, and Spidey. But the last thing about this before we move on to the next book and then wrap it up real quick, because we got like 5 minutes.
15, awesome.
The fact that the Watcher wasn't there kind of took away from the bigness of the book.
That's true, but that's that doesn't do it for me.
I always expect, I always like that, where he's just like in the shadows.
Did he show up in the book?
I think he showed up in the first issue.
I think the first issue, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I just think it's. You know what? He showed up for all the events, so I know it's big. I know it's a big event. You have to tell me.
Can't be there for everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, if that's the case, then he would show up for every single event.
Yeah.
And he does.
At some point.
Boys. So Red Hulk can punch his face out.
Yeah.
Boys is awesome.
Boys number 71, the penultimate issue.
Yeah.
You can put that picture back up.
No problem. He was on that.
with starring Simon Pegg. And it is based on Simon Pegg, actually, and it wrapped up where you have Wee Huey and Butcher, the fallout of them falling off the top of the Empire State Building, where Butcher breaks his neck and Huey gets impaled on the guardrail through his leg and through his arm, and the whole issue is just Huey with a tourniquet around his leg, and Butcher saying like, "You have to kill me. My neck's broken. You can't leave me like this to lock me up. Like I know I did this
kind
for
of
a
confessing
reason."
his sins also along the way too,
but not being regretful about it.
Oh hell
no! Just being completely like, I did this because I wanted to do it, and I really wanted to just see everybody who had a superpower completely die and be wiped off the face of the earth, including you and including our other good friends. And I wanted to push you so far that you would be like this badass who killed me.
I also like that point that he brought up about the that his plan was he wanted everyone to die without them knowing that he was like the bad guy.
Yeah.
That he just wanted them to die like ignorant for the most part.
Which I guess was his one saving grace.
I guess.
But like, I don't want them to think I was a bad guy. And obviously he would have died himself. But the interesting thing about the issue is how Butcher just pushed him a little too far into kill. Like he told Huey that he raped his mother and like destroyed like his parents' house in Scotland.
Yeah.
And then that was the tipping point for Huey, where he took the spike out of his leg and murdered Butcher.
Yep.
And you also had the other thing with Vote American.
Oh, with the tearing her hair out.
Yeah.
With the making her the scapegoat of the whole thing, which is, you saw it coming, but you kind of forgot about with all the how the storyline was rolling out. The fact that the Vote American dude basically he's been kind of sleeping with this one, his assistant or whatever, that he's kind of moved up to the top of the food chain. Told her he was gonna maybe use her as a scapegoat.
Yeah.
And then the dude comes on TV and says, like, she was behind all the bad stuff we've been doing, and she literally tears her hair out, screaming and loses her mind.
I'm excited about that last issue.
Me too. You know what? I read a great article about this entire run. I agree with it. I think it was by Chris Sims on Comics Alliance, and how uneven the story was. It's a lot of like vaudevillian, tongue in cheek, really, dick and fart jokes for the most part.
Yeah.
But like it really, when it had that steam behind, especially in the later half of the book.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, especially the miniseries, like, the Butcher one I think was amazing. I thought the Huey one was amazing.
Herogasm was also really good.
Herogasm was one of my least favorite, actually.
Yeah.
Because it was so obscene. It was just like, it was really just like, it was just TNA and just like, how gross can we make superheroes?
Yeah.
But like when we really started getting to like the meat and potatoes, I think the turning point for me that this became like, it moved to the top of the pile is when they killed, Butcher's dog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because that's when you start seeing the severity of like the comedy gets. Like this was classic Ennis.
Yeah.
Having a book that's light, and then putting that like really hard edge, emotional violence. In there.
It's damaged. Butcher's one of the most damaged characters in comics.
And he had his iconic, two guys who were best buddies. The Cassidy and Jesse type of thing of having to murder and kill each other.
Yeah.
At the end of the story.
Recurring theme in the end of stuff.
Absolutely.
Apart from Punisher Max.
He doesn't have any friends. But he, kind of, sort of. I mean, you can, no.
Nah. Well, everybody who he's friends with died.
Yeah,
horribly.
if you, like, the second that that he was with that girl.
Oh, yeah.
We were like, she's dead. She's totally gonna die.
We gotta avenge her. All right. So that does it for the 1 year anniversary of Behind the Counter. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you, Andrew.
Andrew Zarian, Jonathan Adler. I'm Rich Stambolian. We'll see you soon, folks.